Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show, presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. Morning, Scotty.
Morning.
Two in a what year? Is this 3 weeks in a row for you?
This is 3 weeks in a row. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really
Yeah.
appreciate that. Me and Josh have our wild and crazy schedules. It's kind of crazy that you have to hang in this much with us, right?
You guys are nuts. You know that?
I know we are.
Yeah.
Not everybody thinks that, but some of us do. So, hey, it's a call-in show, 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything in the automobile you want to talk to. But again, today we put Salt City Racing up on the page too, because we had an awesome night down at the Hutchinson Fairgrounds last night and some great racing and stuff, Scotty.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it you didn't show up.
No.
You should have. You'd have had a blast. It was fun. Gus was there.
Yes, you were?
Gus was there. Yes, Gus was there. Had a great time. Everything else too. We had a great car count again. Had a great fan of people up in the stands, so it was awesome.
Good.
Yeah, really cool for Hutchinson. Really cool for that racetrack and everything else too. So if you want to talk about that racetrack, dude, love to hear from you too. But this call-in show, it's the only show I know you get paid to call in because we got a great price packet for each and every caller.
Yep.
Or if you just don't want to call in, want to get on the chat line, we can take your questions over there too on that part. But it's over $130 package that you get for each and every caller, and we'd love to hear from you. And again, anything in the automobile world, tires, brakes, batteries, new products, anything whatsoever. Or you want to talk about Salt City Racing last night in Hutchinson and also the big race, Scotty, you don't want to review. July 19th and 20th is going to be huge at Hutch.
Okay.
And excited for that. The Silver Crown USAC sprint cars are coming, and we're going to run a 100-lap race on Saturday night.
No kidding.
Most features are 15 to 25 laps.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do a 100-lap race with those guys, so it's going to be fun and exciting. Don't want to miss it from that part. So 316-462-3673, Scotty. I'm sure by now you've got this mastered on what's in the package.
Pretty close. Yeah, I think so.
Pretty close.
I think I got it.
Pretty close.
We got a free oil change. That's number one.
Yep.
We got nitrogen for your tires.
Yeah, we should talk about some of that. We've kind of let that go on the backside.
Yeah, we kind of have.
Okay.
We got the multi-point inspection.
Yep.
We got $10 to Mel's Diner, which Brandon makes excellent food there every single day.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Yep. And then we have BG, a BG additive MOA. And I think what is the other one that comes in? Is it 44K or is it CFI?
44K.
Yep, that's what I thought.
44K.
Am I missing anything? That's 5. I think that's it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
works package,
Nitrogen,
$10
to Mel's Diner,
BG products.
BG products package, and did I say multi-point inspection?
Got it, boy! You nailed it on the head. Hey, how about that?
That's what I do.
Of course, 3 weeks in a row. I should say memory's a little, but you got it.
Not only kidding, or not only that, but I've been here for 12 years. By the way,
Is your anniversary up?
and my anniversary was last week. 12 years.
Crazy.
I've been here.
And I hit my 16-year mark, and I just seen on the sign up there, Mike Mitchell just hit his 15 mark.
15, yeah.
How about that?
That's
man?
nuts, man.
Kind of crazy. We've been hanging around each other this long, huh?
It's says a lot about a company whenever most of the people in the service department, their average time of being here is probably probably 5 years or more. That's probably the average, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So it says a lot about a company. It's because we stay here.
Yeah. Morning, Jeremy Kane. How are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing okay. From that part, Jeremy's had some medical stuff going on with him. So anyway, great night at Salt City last night. We had 5 classes. Of course, we brought in the late models, and they put on a great show from that part. We ended up with 19 of the late models. I was hoping for 20, but that's okay. 19's close enough from that part. We also brought in the super stocks, and that's 2 new classes we brought into Salt City last night, and had a great turnout of race cars, had a great turnout of people. So can't thank the racers all that showed up to come play with us. And they put on a great show. In the sport mod class, it was a 3 wide to the checkered.
No kidding.
It was, and I mean, it was so close. I believe second and third were so close. I don't know the electronic timing got it. There's that close.
That close, huh?
Yeah, but Mr. Weens pulled off the win. It was great. It was fun and exciting. So yeah, 3 abreast or wide. And the best part, I was standing on the stage, and he come off the corner, and then one guy went high, one guy went low, and they were drag racing all the way down that front straightaway. It was cool. I mean, it was so cool.
That's the best, man.
Yeah,
you can't ask for a better finish than that.
Yeah, it was fun. Of course, those late models, they're Scotty, they weigh 2,300 pounds, and there's different motor classification, but they got these big, wide tires, so they can just hold that thing to the mat. And it's a whole different car, different things and stuff. And those guys were getting after it pretty hard and everything else too out there last night. So
that's good.
2 new classes brought to Salt City, but again, the next thing is the Silver Crown cars, the USAC deal on Friday.
Sorry, I saw Jeremy's comment. It says, "And you're still friends after all this time."
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? I wonder what she's laughing at. Over there.
Sorry, I have so many stories, Jeremy, but some of them I'm gonna just not say.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anyway, a good night at Salt City. Excited for that. But again, ready for the next race already. We got to put that one in the books on July 19th and 20th. You don't want to miss that too. Jump on saltcityracingllc.com, get your tickets bought, save time, buy online, and get ready to go for that race. We're going to have a couple support classes on Friday, and then the Silver Crown cars will go out and qualify and do heat races to line them up for the features for Saturday night. And then Saturday night, we're going to have the URSS sprint cars and the Silver Crown cars. And they're totally 2 different cars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The sprint cars have a big wing on top of them and everything else like that. The USAC cars have a no wing, and they're a little bit longer, and they hold 75 gallons of gas.
Oh, really?
They have to be able to get through the 100 lap.
Oh,
stuff
for sure.
too.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to get ready to go for July on Salt City Racing, and stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Let's fill those grandstands like we did last night. It's a deal to show this fair board. You know, we went through quite an ordeal to get this approved to get going, and the fair board voted us to race. So everybody, let's keep filling these stands. Let's keep doing what we got to do. Racers keep showing up so we can keep racing in Hutchinson. It's over 110, 120 years. I don't even know the exact number that racetrack's been over there.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But
you're from that neck of the woods. Well, sort of.
Lived there for quite a while.
Yeah, you did.
I did live in Hutchinson for quite a while from that part too.
Yep.
So anyway, hey, 316-462-3673. Anything alien, car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything whatsoever. You want to get on the phone here and win this great prize package. Talk about anything in the automobile world. You wouldn't even talk about, hey, got a comment about Salt City last night. We'll take those calls and give you a great prize package too. 316-462-3673. Coming around the bottom of the screen there. That phone number is the main line to the dealership. Just tell the girls you want to get patched into the podcast. We'll get you put in here and make it happen.
Yeah, because that's what we do here.
Exactly. So we'll switch gears a little bit till we get something going on here. But Scotty,
yeah,
you know, the service department has been kind of crazy. We've got a unique situation going on in the dealership right now. We have a mainframe computer system that kind of controls everything. That is a company that houses 15,000 dealers across the country.
Yep.
And it went down.
Yep.
And now to come to find out, it's getting down because they got some hackers going in there trying to hack it, steal the data, and now they're asking for ransom.
Yep.
To get our system back up. So we've been down for about 3 days, I think is what it is now, right?
It feels like more than that, but yeah.
It feels like more than that too. So it's a challenge, and everybody in the store freaks thinking we can't do business without the computer. But guess what? We did business many, many years ago without a computer. So we're reverting back to a lot of situations, and we don't know how many days, much longer we're going to be down from that part to where the system gets back up. Yeah. But so everybody, please bear with us. And these hackers, I bet they never catch them.
Yep.
That's what's terrible about it.
Yep.
It's just murder what they're doing to some of these dealerships and business that they're corrupting and doing and everything else from that part. So some of this dual authenticity things we're putting, I don't know if I said that right or not.
No, it sounds right.
Is that right?
Yeah, it sounds right. Yeah.
Put in place on our computers. A lot of employees complain about it and stuff like that too. But, it's the best way so far that we've figured out how to protect our data. But I will tell you what I think will happen here. I think CDK and the feds and everybody's going to learn what happened and put some more safeguards into place, and we'll get stronger after this.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I honestly want to give a shout out to a lot of our customers. I have dealt with so many people who are who have been so understanding of our situation. Like we legitimately have some of the best customers in the entire world. We told them what was going on, and we are legitimately. Ryan from BG, he goes to all the dealerships over Wichita area and stuff like that, and it's not just us that is going through this kind of situation. And he told us, that like everybody's trying to do what you guys are doing, and they can't do it. Like we're doing the best to be, I don't know, proactive, but also we're doing a good enough job. And I don't know how much detail you want to go into it, but we're starting to, a lot of us are writing stuff down on paper which is something I haven't done since the early 2000s being the
Yeah.
service advisor. Phil had a rock and chisel that he did back when he was writing service.
You're funny.
But we're doing
You are funny.
but we're doing the very best that we possibly can. So all of you guys that are calling up and needing any help, we want to help you in the best way that we possibly can. But just understand I've told people, it's like, yes, we have electricity, but think of it as if we don't, because that's kind of what we're dealing with. We don't have the ability to look up history or look up pretty much anything. We're legitimately doing the very best that we can with as little as possible. So thank you guys very much for being understanding for that.
It is. I hope we get up pretty soon and stuff like that too, before we have too many more days of being down. But then it's going to be a lot of catch up and everything else too. So
well, and I sit there and I think about this whole situation. I guess maybe I'm a positive person, or I look at the silver lining about everything. But this is going to make us all better advisors when this is all said and done.
That's why I say we're going to come out of this thing. We're going to come out of this thing stronger than we had. It's just any kind of a challenge there is from that part. For sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh yeah. The only way that you can combat something like this is now you're working on like being as efficient as you possibly can, because you don't have the communication tools that you have normally. And so you have advisors like myself that are doing things that we've never done before or haven't thought of doing, just to try to make the whole process more efficient. And it's just going to make us better. When this is all said and done, holy crap, we're going to be top tier.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already
exactly.
Top tier, but you know what I mean.
Hey, anyway, 316-462-3673. That's the phone number to dial in and get a great price package by over $130. Love to hear from you. And of course, if you don't want to call, I guess that's okay. We can take the chat line on that part too.
Yeah.
So got a few things coming up there. Renee, great job. Team 3J, love the burnout. Yeah, Jake did a pretty good burnout last night. He's win. Yes. Yeah, I kind of went down over to after he won, and I went down to the scales, because that's where I always go to congratulate the drivers and stuff. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, I thought, oh, this is his first win for 2024. So I knew something was going to happen. And he did a pretty good donuts out on the front straightaway.
Attaboy. Good job.
So
good job, Jake.
Yeah. So anyway, yep. And so anyway, 316-462-3673. Let's get the phones ringing. Love to hear from you. Any comments you got, whatever. We'll get you that great price package mailed out. And from that part. So anyway, we've kind of got through the issue with our computer here at the store, Scotty. Yeah. I mean, anything wild and crazy happened in the service department this week that we can help with? I got one I want to talk about here in just a minute.
Well, the most of the calls that we're getting right now, naturally, because it's starting to get hot outside, is going to be air conditioning.
That's what I want to talk about.
We didn't even talk about this.
We didn't, did we?
It's like we sync up, dude.
Something like that, right?
But yeah, so we ended up having a customer come in. She's been taking the vehicle to other places, which is perfectly fine. Brings the vehicle to us because they can't figure out exactly what's going on. It ended up being kind of a weird ordeal. She ended up having an AC compressor issue that it was mainly the compressor was making a whole lot of noise, and it would intermittently blow hot air. Well, whenever you charged that system up, because it was so empty, all of a sudden the noise went away. Funny how that works.
Funny, right?
Yeah. So they were trying to tell her that she needed a compressor, and because they heard the noise coming from the AC compressor.
Okay.
Right. And turns out after you have new refrigerant in it, and you have you know PAG oil and stuff like that goes in it, all of a sudden the noise goes away. But the problem is because it had a leak coming from somewhere else. Price it out, fix the issue, and now she's all taken care of. And so be very careful with that kind of stuff, I guess, because you can be led down you can be led astray because of something like in that particular situation. But other than that, I've had a couple of other weird ones. But what do you got?
Well, what I got is down at the Quick Lane. Of course, we run kind of a high volume of cars through that Quick Lane every day and stuff too. We had a customer come in, and he had his AC wasn't blown cold. So he rolled into a parts store and grabbed one of those cans.
Oh,
I know. It gets a lot worse.
Great.
So he thought he could just hook a can up to it and shove some Freon in it and it would fix it. Well, come to find out, he actually grabbed a can of Freon that had some sealer in it.
Oh no.
And he happened to be in an Expedition, and guess what? It had a front and rear AC system in it. and that sealer went completely through the car.
Oh God, this is getting so bad.
But it's even worse. You want to take a stab at what that repair bill ended up being to fix that, because that can got stuffed on there. And I'm telling you, I understand everybody wants to sell different things and stuff like that out there in the marketplace stuff too. But today's AC systems, these cans you just hook up to and go, doesn't work. It's the most detrimental thing you can do to your AC system and stuff like that too. Time we got done fixing that Expedition, you're saying 3? Keep going.
5?
Keep going.
No.
It was $9,300
Holy
because
smokes.
it went through the lines. It
Yeah,
went
so you
through
got
all
all the lines.
both condensers, the compressor, the dryers, all that. And think about those lines from the front to the back of the car.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Good
Okay,
call.
all that, it just plugged everything up and did, because it didn't work together, and plugged her up. And yeah, it was yeah, kind of crazy, isn't it?
Those things are terrible. The other thing that it doesn't tell you, you're thinking you're just putting Freon in the system, and that's what's your problem. It has no idea for high and low side pressures either. So you can cause so many problems just by doing that, because the pressures are going to be off.
Yep.
And it's not going to fix your issue in that case too. But that is probably one of the worst case scenarios I've ever heard.
I get it. So, hey, 316-462-3673. Hey, we tuned in with Salt City Racing again, since our race was just last night. So if you're tuning on Salt City, if you got a comment on the page, or you want to call in and talk about what happened at Salt City on our page, 316-462-3673. We'll get you a great prize package to get your next 5,000 miles of maintenance done on your car for over $130 if everything's included in there. Or you want to talk about anything in automobile world, we'll talk about all that from that part too. It doesn't matter. So
Yep.
whatever you want to talk about.
Yep.
Automobile world, racing, and if you want to talk about NASCAR, I don't care. Let's go. Let's get the phones ringing. I'd love to hear from it and everything else like that too, from that part. But again, some good racing last night at Salt City. And, you know, I talk about that 3 wide we had with the Sport Mods.
Yep.
And then Chris Pitts and Dustin Frenier's car won the super stock. He got out front there and just took off. And the old car was zinging along there pretty well. He looked pretty tough.
Yeah.
From that part. So can't thank the super stocks that showed up for us from that part. Had a great field of those guys for their first time. They were all, as they come across the scales, they were all pumped and excited. So it was fun for me just to see the excitement in the drivers, excitement level.
Yeah.
From that part. The also in the Sport Mods, I'm telling you, Scotty, that 3 wide finish was second to none. It was a green white checkers restart on a caution we had, and I'm telling you, it's great. So excited for all the winners last night. Jump over to saltcityracingllc.com. Check out all the photos and everything else too that we put up, so you can see all the winners and stuff like that too. So it was a great night. So hey, you want to talk about racing? You want to talk about Salt City? You want to talk about anything in the automobile world? Or you just want to throw something up on the chat line? That's okay too. But we'd love to hear from you. 316-462-3673. And again, that comes right to the main line of the store. Tell the girls you want to get passionate in the podcast, and let's go.
Let's go.
So from that part too. So
Yep.
Again, a great night in Salt City, and can't wait for July 19th and 20th.
Yep.
Scotty, you're going to have to come.
I know I should. I'm a homebody, man. Me and Cole have the same kind of.
Yeah, I know, but it gets dark out there, so you can't really see what's going on. You know, they won't know it's you. We can put a cap on and kind of disguise yourself.
Yeah, give me a fake beard or something.
Okay.
Okay, give me a disguise. That'd be okay.
Anyway, so come watch, Scotty. Once you come once, you'll be hooked. Bring your wife. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
They have some good concessions down there, good little liquid refreshments and stuff too.
I've been before, I believe. No, maybe it was up in Park City. I think I've been.
Yeah, so you need to come. You need to come watch and everything else too from that part. And Russell, yes, it was a great show. You know, I went down at intermission. Of course, Lisa rolled up some T-shirts and stuff. We shot some shirts. And Josh made 2 go clear on the roof. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's okay. It was fun.
I gotta give that guy as much hell as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun to get the crowd fired up, and then we did what we call a redraw situation. We brought the late model guys down on the front stretch, and it was fun to get the crowd interaction with the kids and everybody down there. We went and picked. They redrew the top 6 cars, so they brought 6 kids down there to do the drawing for the drivers, which was cool from that part. So, like I said, had a great late model field, had a great super stock field, had a great stock car field. The modifieds were good too. The B mods were good. So very fun, very exciting for a night out at Salt City Racing. You don't want to miss it. July 19th and 20th. Come go have that fun again too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Gus is putting some of the comments up on there. Yeah, and Dustin Frenia, he was so pumped down there. Chris Pitts was leading that most of that race, and every time he'd come around, he was just zinging it up, going hot. But I know he's worked a lot to get that car in victory lane, so that was exciting for Dustin Frenia and Chris Pitts to get that first win in that car. Big shout out to those guys having fun out there. It's fun to watch, fun to see that excitement level everybody's putting in the racing, but just can't keep enough pushing there to tell everybody that this fair board was going to kill this racetrack. We've convinced them to race. We've got to convince them they need to vote to go give me a 3-5 year contract so we can do all kinds of more things. There's so many things that Nick and I and Kyler have working in the background for next year's and New Year's coming. Of talking to other sanctioning bodies and that kind of stuff that we're working with already. Can't lock anything in until I can get the fair board locked in too.
Yeah.
But the way we're going to prove to them is everybody needs to get their friends, their family, their neighbors, their kids, everybody, whoever you can think of to get in those stands and prove that this racetrack that's been around for over 100 years needs to stay in Hutchinson from that part. So let's go. That's what we got to do. We got to go. And
we'll be there. I'll go.
All right.
I'm going.
Okay. If you can't get both nights in, Scotty, at least go Saturday night, July 20th.
I will.
That's the big night. That's going to be the most fun.
I will mark that on my calendar. I'm going to go and support you.
Okay.
Because I actually like you.
Oh,
Josh, not so much. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just got to give him hell. But
yeah.
Anyway.
So,
but yeah, we'll go. Me and my wife will go. We'll have a great time. And I don't know what I when I get off of work, I legitimately just want to go home and just.
Hey, can I tell you, Scotty? There's some days I want to do that too.
But you don't, dude. You don't have you don't have a neutral. You don't have a neutral. You don't have a park. I don't know. Like being a service advisor at this dealership, there are 2 unicorns in our dealership, and it is Josh and Phil Nightingale. Josh Profit and Phil Nightingale are the unicorns. And the thing is whenever you need them, they're right there in front of you. Or I'm sorry, when you need them, they're gone. But when you don't need them, they're just sitting there and they're doing their thing and stuff like that. But when you need them, you have no idea where they're at.
I get that too. We are kind of running. Josh and I have been together a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to figure that out if it's 95 or 96 when Josh and I first got together over in Hutch at the Chevy store.
Yeah.
And hired Josh right out of high school and stuff too. So Josh and I have been together a long. Of course, there's a lot of people, and we've been together for a long time, from the Hutch store to here. From that part, I've even got one of my employees that we work together in Topeka.
Yeah,
he's up there too, Alan Covert.
Oh yeah.
He's on the race side of this thing. He's our tech inspector over at Salt City Racing. So it's kind of cool. It's our family away from home.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean,
I honestly gotta say I give him a lot of hell, but like outside of work, Josh might be one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life.
Whoa. I wonder if Josh is listening on that one.
No.
Gosh, you got that recorded in there, so we locked that in?
I said outside of work, by the way. But no, man, in any kind of situation, he's always like, I've had situations to where I was just telling about a situation like a house project or something like that. And he's like, you want me to come over? You want me to help?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, dude, I was just venting to you how frustrated. I don't want you to come over. No, that'd be weird. No, he would legitimately was.
And
he would. He'd come over.
Yeah, he's done so many projects for me. I'm thinking, why is he doing that? Because he just cares.
He just gives a damn. That's the thing. So anyway.
Hey, 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, whatever it might be.
Yeah, I want a problem to diagnose here. I want a caller that gives me a problem. That's a tough one. I want a tough one.
I want to take a stab at it.
I want to take a stab at it. I had a really good one actually last week. It was before the hacking thing happened. I had a customer call up. He's taking it to a shop, and it was a diesel, and I don't remember. It was like an F350. And all of a sudden, like he would start the truck up, and it would take about like 60 seconds, and all of a sudden it would die. And I was just like, that sounds kind of weird. Does it have a check engine light? He's like, no, it doesn't have a check engine light. I was like, oh, crap, that's really weird. Other than when the vehicle died, a check engine light would come on. I said, okay, well, we're scheduling a little ways out, but go ahead and just, can you have it towed in, and let's see what we can do. So we had it towed in.
What kind of car is it?
It was an older body style F350. Okay.
Gas, diesel, remember yet?
Diesel.
Okay. Yep. Starts and dies.
Okay. and he had taken it to another shop, and they didn't spend a whole lot of time on it, and so he was getting frustrated, and so he had it towed in, and it gets there, and he comes along with the vehicle. And I'm going, okay, well, I said, let's just like check the basics. You know, I'm just like sitting here thinking, okay, let's check the basic stuff so we can figure this out.
Yep.
So it would legitimately run for he said a minute. It was probably more like 30 seconds.
Yeah. And shut off.
And it would just all of a sudden like idle down and like die.
Okay. And then could you just restart back up or what?
It would take a little bit of time.
Cranking over to get it going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And I remembered you told a story one time on the show back whenever you were working at your dad's shop that you had another competitive shop down the street, and the same kind of thing would happen with a vehicle you guys were working on from another shop.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. It would start up and it would randomly die.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately what goes to my mind was, I wonder what the airflow is like. So I popped the air filter.
Oh, no. Clogged up tighter than Dick's Hat Man.
My God.
Wow.
This thing was concaved, and what was happening is it was sucking, and eventually it would just mat itself and clog itself in the inside where it didn't have any air. And then when it shut off, it kind of pushed the vacuum back out. And I mean, it was the dumbest thing anyway. And I'm just like, well, buddy, I tell you what, I'm gonna get you out of here really cheap. Let's go get an air filter and let's get you back on the road. That was it. That was all it was.
Okay, so now the ones that haven't heard my story, this is back when I was a little guy working with my dad's shop. We were still at First and Main there in Halstead, so I was probably 8 years old, something like that. And we had another guy down the block there, Bob Seiler. He was a great guy, loved working on cars too. He had his own repair shop down there, and he was fighting this car. And we'd watch him. He'd drive just one block down the street, and black smoke just start pouring out of this car. Wouldn't run, wouldn't go, and so he put everything possible he could think on that thing, and finally come down and talk to my dad. He said, would you just take a look at it? Of course, that's sometimes what happens here in our shop too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is we get another guy to get a different look at it or whatever to kind of fix something.
100%.
And guess what? Figured it out. So anyway, so we get that car down there in our shop, and got it back in the bay there. And my dad's kind of looking it over, kind of checking it out. And back then, on the up under the hoods, there was like a black fiberish type foam kind of a deal, hood insulator that they had back then. And what was happening is when he would shut that hood, he wasn't putting the air cleaner on it, and when he'd shut the hood and start driving, the vacuum of the carburetor would just suck that foam right down top of the car and kill it. That's all it was. So same kind of a deal you got going on there.
That was it.
the plugged it up. God, I wasn't even going there. I was going to the fuel system not priming up with what I was going after.
Yeah.
But it was just the air filter just choked up. So again, preventative maintenance could have saved a lot of time and effort and everything else too.
100%. Never seen that guy. Never seen the customer before that got towed in, but I guarantee you he'll come back. I guarantee you.
You got a customer for life.
Got a customer for life.
I'm getting reprimanded over. You see that?
Yeah, I see that. All right. Well,
getting reprimanded here.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff like that happens and everything else too. So, hey, 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. Anything in the automobile world. We want to talk about Salt City Racing. I don't care. If you just call in the phone, you're going to get a great price package, about over $130 just for the phone call. 316-462-3673. Comes right to main line store dealership. Tell the girls you want patched in, and let's go.
Yep, let's do it.
So anyway, got all the chat lines caught up there. Yeah, I guess we do pretty good. Oh, good morning. Delbert Aller tuned in.
Delbert,
finally.
Scotty, I kind of look like Nick a little bit, but that's okay.
That's okay. I'm surprised, Nick, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised we're not getting more reprimanded on this deal. You know why?
Why?
Because we got black
shirts on.
Yeah.
And then the same shirt.
God, they are, aren't they?
Same shirt.
I'm surprised old Gus ain't over here shaking his finger at us about the black shirts.
We got the nice camera now, so we're good.
We got the nice camera. Look at that thing up there.
It's nice. It is.
Hey, but how about the new camera system? How's it look? Everybody,
it looks good.
Can you tell there's a new camera on the system today?
Yeah, you can see my grays. I don't know if I like that so much, but that's okay. We'll get over it. Can't see Phil's grays because he doesn't have any hair.
No, I do. There's some there.
Is it?
The headphones are covering it up.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is.
He's pulled it all out over the years.
Yeah.
Do you have any other good ones? Any good, really weird stories about diagnosing stuff? I mean, as many cars as you work on. I mean, yeah, you're a GM, but you were under a race car probably 50-50.
Yeah, the other thing, there's a lot of things that pop in my head working on cars and stuff like that too. But I had a deal when I was a technician in Topeka, and it was an L-shaped shop, so everybody could kind of just drive in, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And I had the corner bay, which is kind of fun, but and we had the exhaust hoses that you
Oh
put in the
yeah.
cars.
Oh
And
yeah.
today you really don't need those because these cars run so clean and everything else from that part. Yeah,
Unless you
Greg
throw
Murray.
it.
At least the camera is staying in focus. How
Yeah,
about that, guys?
that's
There's quads. Hey, give Gus applause on that one.
at least, but unless you do a BG induction service, you need to have the exhaust hoses over the exhaust on that thing because it cleans it out.
Well, when you do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Sorry.
so one day I heard this commotion on the other side of the shop, and I go over there, and one of the technicians has got, and I'm telling you, a rat because he's about that big, and he's got him by his hand, and it's just whipping him around and everything else too. And the car was towed in for what? No start because that rat had
It's
just chewed
chewed.
on wires. Crazy. I know everybody doesn't like to think that happens, but it does happen. I even had a car towed in one time where it wouldn't start again,
Yeah.
like you talk about. And back then they had the big old round air cleaners on them.
Uh-huh.
It was packed full of dog food where the rats had taken that food and
Yep.
put it inside the air cleaner, and it got so much dog food put in there it could not start.
It is such a consistent thing that we see on a regular basis with as many cars as we see.
Yeah.
So I can't there's at least one or two of them or one or two of them a month that it is because of rodent damage and stuff like that. Because especially in the winter, the animals will legitimately go up into the engine after you shut your vehicle off.
Stay warm.
Because it's warm, and then they'll just
Yeah.
kind of try to nest up there, and they'll bite it on stuff, and it's not a fun thing. But
Yeah.
anyway,
And another one is these always keep popping in my head. I had a deal where it was a Grand Am guy parking in his garage, and he'd leave and he'd get an ABS light. Okay.
Mhm.
Brought it in, and the right front wheel speed sensor wires were chewed.
Oh yeah.
And of course, arguments that no, I don't have mice, I don't have that. I understand, but I'm telling you, something got in here and chewed these up, and they went all the way to the GM at the Chevy store, and they all come back, told me I was crazy, didn't know what I was talking about, all this kind of stuff. So I took another Grand Am just like it out there and put it in his garage.
Yeah.
Guess what happened the next morning?
Same thing.
Got to driving down the road and check, and the ABS light come on, brought it in. Guess what? Wires chewed up just identical to what happened. I said, okay, now you want to go get some mouse traps, or what do you want to go do? So we fixed it and did that stuff. We actually had to go and get some insulated wire just on those two. It was 2 wires, and cover that all up because he couldn't get him caught.
Yeah.
So we had to put aluminum tape around those wires to get him to stop from chewing on that, to stop that from happening. Because it took 3 more times before we got that thing to stop.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he ever did. He had to have caught him or did something, or the guy just got tired of chewing on aluminum and it hurt his teeth like it does.
No.
But that was the only way we could ever get that stopped.
Like, we get it. We know you have a clean house, and we understand. It's like, no, you don't have any mice. No, they get in there. They get in there. You don't ever see them and stuff like that. But they're finding a place where it's warm, and they'll get in there and they'll chew up stuff. I don't care how nice and clean of a house you got. They'll get in there.
Yep, no doubt. So, hey, anyway, 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. And again, anything in the automobile world, anything about Salt City Racing, hey, let's talk about it. Okay,
Yeah, let's do it.
So, hey, anyway, so we've talked about some weird stuff in the service department. We talked about our darn computer system is down.
Yeah.
Everybody was blaming Gus on that computer system. You know that, right?
You know what's really sad, Phil?
Yeah.
I went home, went to bed last night. I had a dream. You know what my dream was?
Oh, no.
I had a dream that our computer system was back up and running, and I was so happy.
That is a dream, all right. So
I legitimately am dreaming about this to be over. It'll happen eventually. I'm just going to be positive and happy, and that's what it is.
Yeah. So, are you saying, Gus? I know they're looking for ransom. Are you saying CDK is not wanting to pay the ransom?
You'll pay the ransom.
Oh, they'll pay you the ransom.
Gus did it, is what he's
Gus,
saying.
you know they can track that money, right? You know where it goes.
See where it's spent.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody, bear with us here in the store. We are without our mainframe computer system. Don't know how much longer. We're back to handwriting car deals. We're handwriting repair orders and doing it like we did it in the 80s. And a lot of the people that are working around here don't know what that's like because they weren't even born in
Hey.
the 80s.
I was born in the 80s.
What year?
Oh, 87.
All right.
I got a couple of years of the 80s.
Okay.
I grew up in the 90s, and man, that was the best years ever. 90s were awesome. They were so good.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm getting more ridicule again. I'm getting my hand slapped. It's not a
Oh.
mainframe.
Okay. No, it's data.
It's a software ASA service, SaaS service. Well, trying to make it simple, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, just bear with us here at the store till we get the computer back up. I'm hoping that, Scotty, we walk in Monday morning, it's back up, but somehow it tells me I don't think so.
I know. Everything I hear, it's probably going to be a couple weeks at least, is what I hear.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
unfortunately.
exactly. So,
but we're
and-
doing okay. We're doing
Yep.
we're doing all right.
we're still writing repair
We're
orders.
still
We're
writing
still
repair
writing
orders.
car deals. We're still
Yeah.
selling cars. We're still taking care of service problems. We're still servicing your car. And it just shows we don't. It's like I told the salesman this morning. We don't need a computer system to sell cars.
No.
It just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Is what it does.
If
So
any-
we can.
If anything, it's highlighted the personnel that we have at the dealership. Like it's
Yeah.
no joke. There are dealerships, no kidding, that people are driving into, and they're like, "Listen,
Yeah,
we can't do anything."
but
So-
not us. We've went in and
No,
made some forms,
we've
made
done
some
what we
stuff,
could.
and doing
So-
exactly doing what we can to get
Yeah.
this thing back up and running.
So and we'll be fine. Everything's gonna be okay now, especially that we now have made our own system that doesn't require the internet or anything like that. But we have a system right now. It's taken a couple of days to get it better, and we're still perfecting it. But it's definitely helped a lot, at least for us, to keep track of everything. So yeah, so bear with us, be patient, but we're doing the very best that we can to help you in any way we can. So
Very true. So
Yeah.
anyway, we'll get that computer back up. But again, we are still taking care of customers. We're still selling cars. We're still doing everything we possibly can and make things happen for you so you can get things taken care of.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Jeremy, I'm on hold for the show, but the girls have not sent me anything at all. But
Well,
maybe.
I think
Oh, mercy. Okay, send Jeremy. Let's get Jeremy on the phone. Sorry,
There
I
you
wasn't
go.
paying attention.
Sorry,
To the phone.
Phil messed up.
Really?
It doesn't happen very much, so I might as well highlight it when I can.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So anyway, sorry, Jeremy. I wasn't paying attention to my phone. Too many other things going on, and everything else too. So we'll get you on the phone here and see what's on Jeremy's mind and what's happening there too, from that part. So anybody else wants to get in? 316-462-3673. Here comes Jeremy. And
There
let's
you go.
see. That's set up. That's ready to go. Jeremy, you're live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just ended up, I just got a new 2001 Chevy S10 for my son, and I got a rattle in the front end that I cannot figure out where it is.
Okay. Is it over bumps, or is it just all the time, or is it revelations?
It's mainly when I hit a bump, it'll sit there and rattle.
Okay. Those do have sway bar links under there, don't they?
Sorry, I'm touching my phone again, so I don't mess that up again. Yes, my first thing, it's over bumps.
Yeah.
It's an 01 Colorado
Chevy S10.
S10, same thing kind
Chevy
of.
S10.
Chevy S10. It's going to be stabilizer links. Basically, you got a bar under the truck. Is when you turn corners, it helps it not lean. So there's links on the side of those that I think that are probably maybe loose or rattling or whatever.
Or the
it-
bushings wear out just enough to where whenever you hit the bump, that's what makes them rattle.
Yeah, and it could be as much. It could be also be a loose ball joint that's rattled in
Yeah.
there too. But most likely, it's going to be those stabilizer links from that part to do that. That's my thing that I think it is. And I'll bet you money if we got it in here, took a look at it, that
Oh yeah,
that's what we'd find.
that's what I'm guessing too, Jeremy.
I bought it for my son last week when I was in Houston, and now I took it for a test drive when I was in between treatments, and shoot, now I got to get him to get it fixed.
Yeah. Well, we got it somewhere you can take it to.
Yeah, this would be vehicle number if I can ever get them to you.
Well, you know how to get a hold of me. You just give me a shout. I'll be more than happy to get it up there in the air and shake her down and see what we got. but that's what I'm guessing it is. I don't think it being like especially a shock, that wouldn't make too much sense. Maybe.
Well, I guess it could be a shock too. It could be the bushing in the bottom of the shock that's gotten loose or whatever in there too. So
yeah, I guess that's true. To me and Phil, I think thinking the same thing is what I'm
stabilizer links is what I'm going to tell you, Jeremy. It's not that if it is, that's what it is. That's not a big repair at all. It's something that we're pretty easy and stuff like that to fix.
Oh,
but
yeah.
again, it could be a shock, could be a control arm. But I'm going to bet 99% it's that stabilizer links that have gotten old and rotted out of there and stuff like that too.
Same.
Then the other deal is you guys are talking about air conditioners on my 2001 Dodge Durango that I've got to get down there to get my first factory still down on. My back air conditioner, all it wants to do is blow lukewarm air. The fan runs full speed, but you cannot get. And in the wintertime, it doesn't blow any heat, but it doesn't blow any AC in the summertime.
So, and you said it does not blow any heat in the winter either.
No.
Okay, so to me, it's blowing ambient air. So it's blowing whatever the temperature is outside into the cab of the vehicle, right, Phil?
Yep.
So we got, I don't know on a Durango in 01 if they have two. I'm assuming they have to have two air conditioning systems.
The first thing I was going to say, we've got so it doesn't get hot or it doesn't get cold, either one, right?
Yeah, doesn't do either.
Doesn't do either.
But the back fan, when you reach up, in the center, you turn the fan on and you can turn it on up front. You can turn it to full blast, and it'll go air, but it just won't either get hot. It will not get cold either.
Yeah. There's got to be a temp door there in the back, and I'm going to bet that temp door is not working at all to move it to the hot to the cold side. It's probably stuck in one position.
Could be, yeah.
So it's going to be another thing we're going to have to take a look at, Jeremy. Years ago we could diagnose so many more things exactly correct over the phone, but it's one of the things we're going to take a look at and see what's going on there with that. But I'm going to bet the temp door is stuck in the neutral mode and it's not going to hot, not going to cold.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to bet.
Yeah. Last night, Phil, I took my father-in-law that was in the Jeep with me, and he has had a blast. He told me that if I don't bring him to every race and hunt, that he's no longer going to be my father-in-law.
I kind of got to agree with him on that one. Hate to tell you.
I mean, he said, man, I did not realize that dirt track racing was so much fun. Plus, it gets him out of grandma jail.
Yeah.
He always ends up in grandma jail.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, good, Jeremy. I hope you're getting better and get your butt to the races. Let's go racing, buddy, and have some fun, okay?
I'm headed back to right now I'm working on 3 hours of sleep in the last 3 days.
I kind of feel you.
Home, took them out, and now I'm back in the wheat field trying to cut wheat.
Yeah, I get it. So keep cutting that wheat. We need the wheat, boy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then I'll come to your job, Phil, and you go down to Houston for me on Wednesday.
All right. Well, good luck with that, Jeremy. Okay.
All right, Jeremy. You take care, buddy.
Yeah. Talk to you guys later.
See you, man.
See you, bud.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Next up on the list, got a couple callers hanging there. Had to cut Jeremy off real quick. We're going to get Richard passed in next. Then we got Daniel hanging on. Then we got Delbert hanging on. So everybody hang tight. We get these calls answered, get her going. So
Goodness, everybody coming at the end of the show.
it's crazy, isn't it?
That's what happens.
We just got woke up.
Well, $20 says you weren't paying attention to your phone.
Well, part of that was, and Jeremy had to tell us he was on hold. Yeah, you was right. I wasn't paying attention to my phone.
Yeah.
We'll get Richard on the phone here real quick and get him going too. So
Maybe.
yeah, he'll get through here in just a second.
There he is.
All right. Richard, you're live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hey, I haven't heard any updates lately because the drag strip's been down out there. But what kind of progress have you guys made on it? Is it a Mustang you're trying to get at a certain time on? Are you guys building up a Mustang?
Well, we were working on. We had bought a brand new 21 Mustang, and basically we took it out to the drag strip and just started a baseline of what that car would do. And then we went through all different stages of that car from building it up from, first thing we did, we put a set of wheels and tires on it and what that cost and what it did and how much faster the car went with a set of slicks. Then we started building the motor and exhaust and all that kind of stuff. And then we actually put a turbo on it and we were out at the drag strip and actually blew that motor up.
Was this the yellow one?
No, this
Oh.
is the blue one. Then we wrapped it.
Oh, yeah.
So then we went in and put a Ford Performance long block in it, and really got it zinging pretty good. And then we all of a sudden realized, the new 24 Mustang's out. It's time to build a new car. So we sold the 21. We sold it to a gentleman. And I think he's having fun with it and everything else too. But we sold that car already because it was 3 years old. It's time to, especially with the body style change and everything in the 24. So I think we're going to wait till the 25 Mustang comes out because there's a lot of things happening with the Whipples and that sort of thing and stuff too. But right now, we're having more fun is we've got about 5 of the regular cab short bed 4-wheel drive trucks that we're building up, putting suspensions on, supercharging them, and doing all kinds of stuff back there now. It's kind of the latest tricket thing that everybody's after is that regular cab short bed truck. So a lot of fun with that going on now too. So we'll get a 25 Mustang and do the same kind of thing, start building on it and that kind of stuff too as we move forward.
I saw Regner working on one of those the other day. Those look slick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So
Did you guys have was there some place online where somebody could see the progress of that, or is that still around?
yeah, it's out there. Yeah, it's on Mel Hamilton Ford's YouTube page. God, I can't remember where we titled all that stuff, but it's out there. It's still out. We never take that stuff down, but it's on the YouTube page of us out there to drag strips and all that kind of stuff. As we start with stage 1 and going all the way through something horsepower. I can't remember. We named that stuff on YouTube, but it is out there on YouTube. All the versions of everything we did to that car and stuff too from that standpoint. But yeah, we sold it Black Friday.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, I just decided Black Friday it was time to do something new with the 24 and stuff. So we sold that 21 and had a lot of fun with that car. But going to have some more fun as we move forward.
100%.
So
That's what we do here.
So
have you sold the yellow one that kind of the Hot Wheels car, the yellow one?
no, she's gonna stay around for a while. That car is too much fun. I think I've been in so many burnout contests with that car. I don't think I've ever lost a burnout contest with that car. So no, it's getting ready to head out for what we call race week, where they're going to run around about 5 or 6 tracks all next week. And the yellow car is going on that tour, with our Mel Hamilton Racing staff and parts trailer and all that kind of stuff, be cruising out all over from Oklahoma to Texas, Missouri. I don't know where all they're going, but it's race week starting tomorrow. They leave, and I believe they head to Tulsa. Don't quote me on that number, but I think that's where they're headed.
Richard, there is still burnout marks in front of the dealership for the last 3 years because of that car. So I don't think Phil's going to let it go for a while.
Okay, I just got it. It's Hunt for Horsepower or Hunt for Power. I thought it was Hunt for Horsepower on YouTube, but you can go out there and watch all those YouTube deals and videos and things that we did do with that car. But the yellow car is still here. It's not going to go away. That car is too much fun. It's an 11, if you can believe that too.
Yeah.
So, but it's just so much fun.
It's also a pretty nice, beautiful car too. I mean, that thing's been well maintained, and it's a kind of historic car for Wichita there. So
yeah, I think it's got less than, I can't remember the exact, but it's 5,000 or 6,000 miles. That's all that's on that car. But the last probably 2,000, it's been mostly WFO wide open. But that car is so much fun. God, it's so much fun.
Okay, well, thanks for the information, sir. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for the call, buddy.
Thanks,
Have a good day, Richard.
Take care.
All right, we got Daniel coming up next. We'll get Daniel on the phone. Delbert, hang tight. Sorry, we just got a lot of calls all of a sudden hitting us here. We'll get you on the phone here quick, but we'll get Daniel next, coming in strong. So
there he is.
Oh, and I hung up on him.
I
hit the wrong button. Dang it.
Technology's not for us.
Dang
old
it. No,
people.
it is. I just hit the wrong button. Daniel, call back, buddy. My fault. I didn't mean to do that. I just accidentally hit it. So please jump back on. Let's get Daniel back on the phone. My fault, Daniel. Dang it. I can't believe I did that.
You got to understand, Phil's going back and forth between 2 phones because he's working, because he can't stop working. And then he's got 1 phone that he's keeping track of calls, and he accidentally hit the hang up button.
All right, let's get Delbert on the phone. We can get Daniel back on the phone. Man, Daniel, my apologies for that. So let's see if we can get Daniel back. Let's sit Delbert on the phone. We'll talk to Delbert while we're waiting on Daniel to show up from that part too. So dang, I can't believe I said her. Look at that. Why did I hit that button?
Know. That's okay, man.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Okay, somebody's live. Who do we got live today?
You've got Delbert.
Hey,
Delbert.
How
I
you
hung
doing,
up
buddy?
I hung up on the previous caller, Delbert. You believe that?
Scotty, I gotta apologize, brother. I'm so sorry.
No worries, man. No worries.
I was driving, trying to do this on the drive. Like, oh, look at that. Oh, that's Nick. Never mind. Oh,
No.
crap.
No worries. We kind of look pretty similar. He's a lot
Uh,
taller than me. I'm very, very short, but no worries at all. I have to have a booster
So,
seat when I drive.
You guys. Yeah. I know some other people that have to do
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So great job for the Nightingale team.
Yeah. Team 3J had a good win last night. That was for sure. It was finally due. I think we've had 7 seconds this year so far. So it was very cool to finally get our first win under our belt. Jake was getting a little frustrated getting those second places and stuff, but finally good to get a win under our belt. We're headed to Hayes tonight to go race again. Not sure I got enough energy in me, but I'm going to go because it's got to go.
Yeah.
I got to bed at 2:00, got up at 6, so 4 hours of sleep. That's enough, isn't it, Scotty?
Yeah. 100%.
So
100%. You got more than I did. But
yeah,
Daniel, I hope you call back, buddy. We'll let
God.
you, I'll go as soon as he calls back. Don't hang up on him this time.
Why did I get hung up on?
Daniel, it's my fault.
Call
I
us
did-
back.
Please, 316.
Please call us back. We didn't mean to. Phil doesn't know how to work a phone.
Yeah, it's my fault, Daniel. I didn't mean to do it, but I don't know why I hit that button. I just did.
I saw him do it, and I'm just like, oh.
What are you doing?
I
Right?
do that on occasion, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you
Daniel,
go,
can you
"Oh,
call?
No, I didn't mean to do that.
Daniel, can you call back, buddy? My fault. Didn't mean to. Just sorry. Just a flat screw up. The first mistake I made all year.
Just sorry. I'm just sorry.
Really? Come on now.
You didn't catch that, did you, Scotty?
I did. That was good. Oh man, when Phil
First
makes a
mistake
mistake.
today.
Delbert, I gotta say, dude, I've worked for the guy for 12 years, and if he makes a mistake, it's not very often.
Yeah. Well.
So,
That's very true. He's a good guy.
but when he does, you rub it in. You absolutely rub it in.
Yeah. Okay. So come
Horrible.
on there, Daniel. Oh, Greg Gleason's calling in too. So Delbert, how's the Broncos sports doing? Everything going all right on them?
So far, so good. I got 3,400 miles on mine, so getting closer to that first oil change. So
Sweet.
Hey, Delbert, have you got the recall on the reprogram done?
I haven't got it done yet. Now, I haven't had any issues. So,
Well, you probably won't.
I mean,
Yeah. The luck of the thing, you probably won't have anything, but it's still good, Delbert. We need to get that recall
Well,
completed.
the reason why I was at Delbert, are you in the Wichita area? Or are you in?
No, he's in Tulsa.
you're
He's in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
I was gonna send Nelson.
Yeah,
I was gonna send Nelson over to him. I would love. I
Well,
would.
got
I would
two to
love.
do, so it might be worth your time.
Well, I would love to send Nelson.
Nelson will be glad to get away for a day.
Have you met Nelson yet?
No, I don't think I have.
Nelson is our mobile unit that we sent out here in the Wichita area, and we love sending Nelson out because he's like the coolest dude in the entire world, and he loves doing it. But that's mainly what he's been doing the last couple of days, and so I was gonna see because Nelson's cool.
Okay, now Daniel
He
said
got
it.
it down pat then, huh? He knows how fast it can get it done.
Okay, so now then Daniel just said that we hung up on again. So now my girls in the front desk must have hung up on Daniel.
No, I think okay. Here, Daniel, hold on, because he texted the girls up front that you hung up on him. I wonder if the girls think that you hung up on him for a
Okay.
reason.
All right, Delbert, I got to get Daniel on the phone. So let me get Daniel.
We
He's-
gotta
You
get
call him
Daniel.
directly, buddy.
Yeah, I'm about ready to call the front desk and tell them, no, let Daniel in.
Okay, so send
Send
Daniel.
Daniel.
Delbert. Have a great day. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks,
As always,
Delbert.
keep in touch. I got to get Daniel on the
All
phone.
right,
I
guys,
hung up
have a
on.
Good day.
Yeah,
Have
you
a
too.
great
See,
Saturday. Sell some cars. Be good.
all right,
Thanks,
man.
buddy.
See you, buddy.
Okay, let's see if we can get Daniel on the phone that I screwed
He's
up
back
on.
now. Send Daniel. We're gonna get Daniel if this is the last thing we do. We're gonna get this.
Then
dude
we've
in
got
here.
Greg hanging on the line there too, Greg. So hang on tight, buddy. Sorry, Greg. Scotty
Hey.
made me do it.
D-
I pushed the wrong button.
Just there he is.
Here we go.
Just don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Daniel, are you there?
Good morning under the
Yay!
Ah, look who it
We
is.
figured it out.
You crazy mechaneck.
You're right. You got that right. You got that right.
2000 Dodge Ram van 2500. I found a resistor that's mounted
in the air conditioning. I think it's called a cooling condenser.
Evaporator.
Evaporator.
Thank you. That thing. That word. Now this man's got two blower motors, two evaporators, one in the back and one in the front.
Okay.
Does the resistor in the evaporator under the hood operate both blower motors?
No. Only runs the front one.
What operates the blower motor in the back?
There's another resistor for the one in the
it's gotta
back.
Be in the back.
Yeah, but where?
I
found it. Thanks to Google, I found the one under the hood, and it's attached to the evaporator. So where would the second resistor be for the rear blower motor?
It would have to be near the blower motor.
It's got to be on that. There's an evaporator case in the back too, and it's got to be on that evaporator
Okay, so
case.
You think so?
Too.
I either got to pull the interior or I got to get underneath the van one way or another and scope out the rear evaporator, right?
That is exactly correct. You got to figure out where that thing's exactly at, and then find out to where. Yeah. First thing I'd be finding that blower motor is the first thing I'd be trying to find in the back.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I know where the blower.
Okay.
I know. All right, gentlemen, this is a handicap van.
Uh-huh.
It's got the fiberglass shell on the roof, right?
Right.
Okay. It's got all of these vents in the back for the rear AC.
Right.
Now, it only has, like the front, it has one speed, high.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then since we only got a couple of minutes, the other thing I'm having is I've got a handheld digital code reader, and it comes, when I plug it in, it comes up with 3 red flashing icons: CAT, HTR, and O2. What is CAT and HTR?
I would assume CAT would be catalyst efficiency, but I don't know.
Yep, that's exactly what that is. Yep, catalyst efficiency.
Catalyst efficiency, and that would explain also your O2 code as well.
Yep. Those two
HTR.
All right, what's the HTR? You're both talking at the same time. What is HTR?
That one I don't know off my head. Do you have anything off the top of your? I would assume if you have a CAT code and an O2 sensor code, they have to be related. Especially,
I think those two are related. Yeah, but I'm one HTR, high temp something.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I don't know what that HTR. I've never heard of the HTR.
I haven't either.
Well, now this code reader I bought at a pawn shop. It's the brand name is Zurich, and it's got a computer interface. I tried downloading the software from their website,
Yeah.
and I ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, what I'm still betting is that code reader. You got a code reader instead of a scanner.
Yep.
And it's not reading exactly the codes. It's giving you some generic codes, what those readers will do. And it's throwing you for a loop. And that HTR, I don't have. It's got to be high temp something from that part.
Well, I was thinking heater.
Mm.
You know, HTR, abbreviation for heater.
Okay, well, I get you there, but there's also in these O2 sensors and stuff, there's heaters in those O2s to get them to efficiency to work correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that is what it is. It's
Okay.
heater, and it's the heater in the
So
O2 sensor.
When would be a good time? Because this van is roadworthy.
Yeah.
I've been to Wichita already. How much you charge me to bring it in and have your high-tech technicians pop the hood and take a gander?
$1 million.
Okay, I'll have my daddy Joe Biden write you the check first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just get it over here, Daniel. We'll just get it over here. I'll have Scotty call you first of the week and we'll schedule something up. Okay.
All right, thanks, bye, guys.
Thanks, dude.
See you later, Daniel.
Okay. Let's get Greg on the phone. Greg's been hanging around a long time waiting. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Greg.
But yeah, I did hang up on Daniel.
Way to go.
So anyway, we'll see if Greg is still alive and well. See what's on Greg's mind this morning. It is 10 o'clock. But we'll still get Greg on the phone if Greg is still hanging out with us. And
There
here
he is.
Greg, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Sorry for the late there. I hung up on Daniel by accident. My fault. I just hit that button. I don't know why I did it. I just did. Wasn't meaning to, but I did. So how's everything at Greg this morning?
It's fine. I just have a question.
What you got?
They doing the horsepower the same now as they used to? The Explorer King Ranch, I think, is, if I read right, it's rated 400 horse, 415 torque. And that's almost identical to my CTSV that has the LS2 Corvette engine that's 400. And I guess it's just twice the displacement. It just don't, the Explorer don't have the zing that the LS2 engine has. Is that?
Well, that is the horsepower coming out of that Explorer, but I think where you're comparing apples to oranges basically because that Cadillac's probably got a different gear ratio and stuff in it than what that Explorer's got. But I'm with you on the zing and everything else too. I mean, they did that. The King Ranch, the Platinum, and the ST all have that same 400 horsepower motor. If you go down below those trim levels, then it drops down. I mean, it's a different horse. I don't have all the numbers in my head, Greg. Sorry, but it's not. I would say it's somewhere around 300 to 300 and a quarter horse on the base motors and the Explorers. But you know that TSV is setting up there with that. You're right, big displacement, all that kind of stuff too. But gear ratios play an effect, tires play an effect, and
Shift points
and transmission gear ratios and stuff like that all play a difference of opinion on that situation. I'd be curious to line them up side by side and race them, see how what
Hey,
actually
let's
happens.
do it. Why not?
Yeah, Greg, we could just go out west of town there about 2 miles.
Come on, dog. Let's go.
I know somebody might have done that a time or two back in the day, Greg. Not sure who that was.
He had a lot more hair back then, I'm guessing.
I don't know who you're talking about, Scotty.
What are you talking about?
So, but yeah, I think it's just a lot of Greg. That horsepower is what that motor is putting out. But I think with the different, like Scotty said, shift points, different gear ratios and transmissions, and gear ratios and the differentials is all different. Next thing is I don't know what that CTSV weighs compared to the Explorer. Weight might be a big factor there too. I don't know how much that CTSV weighs.
Oh yeah.
If that's
It's got a manual too, 6-speed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of difference there too. I mean, because that's with a manual transmission, you don't have that torque converter slip like you get out of an automatic, like you would with that. And then of course the 6-speed is just it's instantaneous right there with that clutch, and as soon as you shift it and let that clutch completely out, she's locked solid to solid. But it'd still be fun to do a little drag race.
I'm telling you, let's do it. I come on, guys.
I guess we're right in front of the dealership here too. We
Why
can do that
not?
too. Yeah, we've done that a time or two too.
Fun. We gotta build up morale. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So, be interested to try that sometime, Greg.
Okay. Have a good day.
Hey, you
Thanks,
too, Greg.
Greg.
Take care. Have a good weekend.
Okay, thanks, Greg. Anyway, Greg's from the biggest little city in Kansas, Halstead, Kansas. You know somebody who grew up there?
I know a guy.
You know a guy?
I
Yeah,
do know a
too,
guy.
So
He won't take me golfing there, but I know a guy.
yeah, you know a guy, don't you? So,
Jerk.
hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. July 19th and 20th. Don't miss Salt City Racing at the fairgrounds in Hutchinson. Let's get this fair board proved up and ready to go. Also, we'll be back live next Wednesday at 6 o'clock for any updates with Salt City Racing with Nick and Kyler. And we'll be back live again next Saturday at 9 o'clock. Again, with another Under the Hood show. I don't know if Josh will be back or I'll be back or what's going on. I haven't looked far enough in my schedule to see where I'm at.
Yeah, he should be.
We'll see. Who knows? Maybe we get
If-
4 in a row with Scotty.
If not, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you Wednesday, 6 o'clock with Salt City Racing. We'll talk to you next Saturday, 9 o'clock from Under Hood Show right here at Mel Hamilton Ford. Everybody have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.
See ya.